Hey, hello friends. Today I have come up with another video related to IELTS reading, and this is regarding finding out uh, paragraphs which contain the following information. Which section means which contain the following information. So contains the following information. Now these are similar but not the same as list of headings. In the list of headings you have to choose that list of heading which can summarize what is written in that paragraph, which can reflect. But in case of finding out information, it need not be the most important thing in the paragraph. It is just that it should be there in that paragraph. So for this, like in many other tasks of reading, the keywords are, they hold the most importance. So the keywords of the question. Okay. So now we have to see examples of a range of potential environmental advantages, some environmental advantages of palm tree cultivation. So the paragraph which examples are given about the environmental advantages that we can choose for this one. Now, description of an organization which controls environmental impact of palm oil production. So these four things are important. The organization has to be mentioned, which controls the environmental impact, the effect of whatever on the environment, or what effect of palm oil production on the environment. Okay, examples of a widespread global use of palm oil. So we need examples of these. Now, reference to a particular species which could benefit the ecosystem of oil palm. So, mention of a particular species which could help benefit the ecosystem. Then we have figures. Figures is important. Figures illustrating the rapid expansion of the palm oil industry. Okay, so how the palm industry is growing. And economic. So economic justification, something to do with finance, for not opposing the palm oil industry. What is the reason there is no opposition to the palm oil industry? And that reason is something to do with economics, financial. And last one is examples of creatures badly affected. Okay, they badly affected by the establishment. So some creatures which have suffered because of the palm oil plantations. So first of all, we should know this because we have to start reading from A. So when we find the important keyword here, then we match it. Okay. So here again, palm oil is an edible oil. Okay, it's an edible oil derived from fruit of this, and is currently the most consumed vegetable oil in the world. So world, I had something. There was something about word widespread global use. So it is almost certainly in the soap. It is in the soap we wash with in the morning, and it's in the sandwich we have for lunch, and the biscuits we snack on during the day. So why is so attractive for manufacturers? Now it is present, examples of palm oil being present in soap and sandwiches and all that. So let us straight away go to this because examples we have got of the widespread global use. So use is in all these things, okay, of palm oil. So this appears correct, this answer. So we should mark this as A. So if you remember a little about your keywords here, then it's easy, it's easy to get the answers. So let's read B now. B, many farmers have seized the opportunity. They have taken advantage of these opportunities to maximize the planting of oil palm trees. So they have planted a large number of trees. Between 1990 and 2012, between these years, the global land area devoted to growing oil palm trees grew from 6 to 7 billion hectares. These are figures. So 6 to 7 million hectares it has grown. Now I read something about figures, examples, advantages, descriptions of organization, reference, figures. illustrating the rapid expansion. Of course, it's a rapid expansion, 6 to 17 million hectares. So, since I remembered figures, I could get this answer. The answer is B. Now let's read C. However, contrast, there are multiple reasons why conservationists cite the rapid spread of oil palm as a major. Something there is a concern to it. Even though there are a lot of advantages, but there is a concern. There are countless news stories of deforestation because you are going to cut down the trees and grow palm. Habitat destruction. If you cut down trees, then habitats living in those areas they will also suffer, and dwindling species populations, all as a result of land clearing to establish oil. So, if you clear land to establish oil palm trees, so you're going to face these problems, concerns, particularly in Malaysia and Indonesia. Okay, endangered species, most famously these species, but also rhinos. These have suffered from the unstoppable spread of oil. So these species have suffered, okay, from the unstoppable oil palm plantation spread. Let's see examples of a range of potential environmental advantages of palm tree cultivation. Potential advantages. These are not advantages. Description of there is no organization in this. Reference to a particular species which could benefit the ecosystem. No, this is not benefit. And economic justification for not. No. Examples of creatures badly affected by, of course, creatures, elephant, tigers, they badly suffered. So this, of course, is the answer. So we'll put C here. C. Now let's move down to D. Okay, so these two paragraphs. Let's read them. Palm oil is surely one of the greatest threats to global biodiversity. It is one of the greatest threats to biodiversity. This is the keyword, biodiversity. Declares this. Palm oil is replacing rainforest. Okay, and rainforest is where all species are. So you are replacing the rainforest. So this means you are habitat destruction is happening. That's a problem. It's a problem. This has led to some radical questions among environmentalists, such as whether consumers should try to boycott palm entirely. Consumers should boycott. Meanwhile, Bhavani Shankar, professor at this, it's easy to say that palm oil is the enemy and we should be against it. So he says it's very easy to criticize. It makes for a more dramatic story and it's very intuitive. But given the complexity of the argument, I think a more nuanced story is closer to the truth. So he says not everything is bad in the oil industry. So we've got biodiversity, we've got rainforest, and we've got environmentalists. These are important. Okay. So let's see boycott. Examples of range of environmental advantages. So we don't have advantages. So this cannot be the answer. There's no organization, I think. No organization. So this cannot be the answer. Then you have reference to a particular species. They have not mentioned any particular species which could benefit. So this cannot be the answer. And economic for not opposing. So not opposing the palm industry. What is the economic justification? I don't see there is any justification for not opposing. So. I don't think this can also come. Is the enemy, we should be against it. So we should be opposing it. It makes more dramatic, but no economic justification. So therefore, D is not an answer. Let's move. Let's move further down here. Now E. One response to the boycott movement has been boycott movement. Okay. So we had opposing has been the argument for the vital role palm oil plays in lifting many millions of people in the developing world out of poverty. So I think from here only we can get boycott movement. One response to the boycott movement has been the argument. There is an argument. So now we have here not opposing. So a response to the boycott movement. economic justification. So the argument is given is that it plays a very significant role in lifting many millions of people out of poverty. So this is an economic justification. So we should not boycott movement. We should not boycott. We should not oppose. Therefore, of course, E has to come. Certainly, E has to come here. Now let's move to F. Even the deforestation argument isn't as straightforward as it seems. Now we should know how many are left. We have 1, 2, and we have 3. So 3 are left. So oil palm plantations produce at least 4 and potentially up to 10 times more oil per hectare than soybean. So the advantage of all plantations, rapeseed, sunflower, or the competing oils, other competing oils. So that immensely high yield, which is predominantly what makes it so profitable, is potentially also has an ecological benefit, something to do with environment. If 10 times more palm oil can be produced from a patch of land than any competing oil, so the economic advantage is that it gives more production. So, and it gives an ecological environmental benefit. Let's see examples of a range of benefits of oil palm tree cultivation. This is a range of benefits. So let's see what are the range of palm produce at least 4 hectare rapeseed, which is makes profitable ecological benefit. So one benefit is this, and the benefit is environmental advantage. So we have to see. We have seen one, but what are the range? So as for the question of carbon emission, the issue really depends on what oil palm trees are replacing. Crops vary in the degree. The more carbon a plant sequesters, the more it reduces the effect of climate change. Okay, so that's what. So now we have to see, explains, actually sequesters more carbon. So he says in palm oil production, he says, Shankar, we have read earlier, explained, it sequesters more carbon in some ways than other alternatives, more carbon. And if you save more carbon, it reduces the effect of climate change. So again, it is an environmental benefit. So now I am certain that this should be F. 14th has to be F. Now let's move further down. We have 2 more, G and H. So the industry is now regulated by a group called this. So this is a group. This is an organization. So we had something about organization, palm oil, RSPO, consisting of palm growers, retailers, this, and other interested parties. Over the past decade, let's see what organization we had. So we should have some idea. Description of an organization which controls the environmental impact. It controls. Let's see how it controls. So the RSPO insists upon no virgin forest clearing. So it restricts that virgin forest clearing, because the forests which are very recently which have developed, these are virgin forests. Transparency and regular assessment of carbon stocks. Among only if once of these requirements are fully satisfied, is all the oil allowed to be sold. So these are restrictions which have been laid down. These are controls, so controls the environmental impact. So this has to be G. Now we are left with 1, and we are also left with one answer. This has to be H. But let's confirm whether it's a particular species which could benefit. Now, let's read. Elwood believes that reintroducing the bird's nest fern, this is a species, into oil palm plantations would potentially allow these areas to recover their biodiversity. So it can benefit them in terms of larger biodiversity, providing a home for all the manners of species, habitat advantage from fungi and bacteria. These are very good in growing plants. So invertebrates. So these are advantages, and this says particular species. We know bird's nest, and what do we have? Which could benefit the ecosystem. We know these are benefits. So it has to be H. So friends, this type of reading, I believe, is very easier than list of headings. So, and you surely get 5 or 6 questions in every test. So if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe to my video. Also share it with some of your friends, and in future also I'm going to come up with such similar videos which are going to help you in getting a high band score in IELTS reading. Thank you.